el 11 de noviembre de 1987 en la doble visera, por la 11ª fecha del campeonato 87-88, Independiente recibió a Racing. En el torneo anterior, el 86-87, se había vuelto a jugar el clásico tras 2 años de Racing jugando en la B, que habían sido 2 empates, 0-0 en el cilindro y 2-2 en la doble visera, con el recordado golazo del Bocha. Con este partido, Racing llevaba ya 12 encuentros sin poder ganarle al rojo, desde el 2-1 por la 7ª fecha del Metropolitano 1981. Los 11 del Pato Pastoriza, Islas, Clausen, Monzón, Ríos y Carlos Enrique, Justi, Marangoni, Bocchini, Merlini, que se fue reemplazado por la vieja Reynoso, Navarro y Venancio Ramos. Los 11 del Coco Basile, Filiol, Saporiti, Costas, Fabri y Olarán, Ítalo Ortiz, que se fue reemplazado por Catalán, Miguel Ángel Ludueña, Miguel Ángel Colombati, que se fue reemplazado por Rabonial, y Ruben Paz, el Mencho Medina Bello y el Toti Iglesias.
It's a meeting of 2 of the most famous club sides in the world, Independiente and Racing Club here in Buenos Aires, and the Independiente side containing so many internationals, including goalkeeper Islas, Enrique, Clausen, Marangoni, Justi and Bocchini, all household names in Argentina. Defender Rios just making himself ready for the big occasion, and here the Racing lineup with goalkeeper Ubaldo Filiol and a very strong defensive lineup, and up front the pace of Ruben Paz. And the crowd in good voice, as they always are for such a traditional meeting. Today's referee Juan Carlos Lusto, and he's going to have quite a job, I'm sure. With the temperament of these players as it is, you need a stern official. And Racing in their traditional colours, the thin blue and white stripes. Very similar, of course, to the national side strip. And Independiente in the red shirts and the black shorts. And the first man on the ball there was Marangoni. And a chase on here, but it's going to be too far for Iglesias. Enrique, one of the internationals, forward to Bocchini, and the first free kick of the game awarded by Mr. Lusto. Oh, nice turn by Bocchini. And more than a suspicion of a trip by Bocchini, and the free kick given to Racing, who have started the season well. Nicely done by Ruben Paz. And this is Medina Bello. Good looking ball as well to that far side of the penalty area. Iglesias trying to turn it back into the path of Colombati. And the first touch of the game, so important for goalkeeper Islas. Pitch in good condition, a perfect day for football. And the free kick awarded for the challenge on Merlini. Well, these two clubs will be expected to figure highly in the championship race. Racing have made the better start of the two, but there's a long way to go, as they say. Throw by Clausen. And the Independiente coach, Pastoriza, has been able to call on virtually a full-strength side, although he's not risking Lozano for this game, kept him on the substitutes bench. Good skill here from Venancio Ramos. And the flick by Navarro, not quite finding Clausen. And a very strong challenge held off by Fabri. Quite an atmosphere, as you would expect, here in Buenos Aires. They do love their football in Argentina. And of course these two clubs playing it in the same street in the city. And Marangoni tidying up nicely there and sparking off another attack. It's a good challenge coming in from Fabri, so strong. And Racing coming away now through Ortiz. Ruben Paz. Venancio Ramos. Rolling the ball with the inside of the foot for Navarro. No award, and well, a rather sloppy ball from Ruben Paz that time. So still no goals between Independiente and Racing Club. But Racing on the attack here with Ludueña. Nice little ball inside, but not a good return pass until Boccini now for Independiente. And rides the challenge well. Such a good player, Boccini. And again, no free kick given, much to the disgust of Merlini. And a fine challenge back by Clausen to take the ball away from the toe of Medina Bejo. And Ludueña has another go. Now Boccini. Lefts to run at the defenders, but then can't deliver a good final ball. Good challenge back by Ruben Paz. And nothing between the sides in the opening stages. Anxious look from Olaran. I think he was just taking a few tips from his coach, Basile. Well played again, Ruben Paz. This is Saporiti, the attacking right back. And the roar you hear from the crowd is nothing to do with the actual play at the moment. I think it was a little bit of an incident off the ball, perhaps. A hawk-eyed crowd. And they're very vociferous. Now Monzon. Oh, good play and good running by Monzon as well. Now Marangoni. Have another go. Olaran, strong running and finding Medina Bejo. Lovely crossfield pass too. Picked up here by Ludueña. Well, that was rather an ambitious effort from Ludueña, but it was worth a try. I suppose 1 in 100 comes off. Easily picked up by Ortiz for Racing. Oh, a good challenge back, a quick one from Franco Navarro. He's won it twice for his team and done a good job. Boccini having to come deep to instigate another attack. Out there now with Enrique, one of the Argentine internationals in the side. Marangoni, good ball forward from Marangoni to Venancio Ramos, who was very fleet of foot, but there's no way through for him there, and there was no foul. The referee was quite right. Monzon finding Boccini, and Boccini in turn, a good ball. But this time the whistle has gone, and the free kick given for the challenge on Navarro. So Ubaldo Filiol, one of the most experienced goalkeepers in world football, Well, I've organised a few walls in front of him in his time. Has to do so again now. And driven in, and it took a wicked deflection. It wasn't a bad effort at all from Merlini. And it gives Venancio Ramos the opportunity to take the game's first corner. And he'll swing it in, and again there was a bit of a roar from behind in anticipation maybe from the crowd. But here it comes now, short to the near post and away by Colombati. Only as far as Clausen. Oh, but Clausen losing it in a dangerous position, and the ball taken on quickly here by Iglesias. That was good running from him, and the first chance of the game. Oh, and a trip. Well, a slip rather, really, by Medina Bejo. Otherwise, we could have had the first goal of the game. Look at the pace of Iglesias there, and he rolled the ball invitingly into the path of Medina Bejo. The slip was critical. And now, the free kick has been awarded to Racing. And again, referee Lusto, rather anxious that the Independiente player should be at least 10 yards away. And Giusti will have to move away from there rather smartly. Well, the main option here would seem to be a little slip ball to Medina Bejo from Colombati. But we shall see. There is a man a little wider, Ludueña, who's got a good shot. Colombati does in fact find Ludueña. And that's a rather weak effort. There's a good flow about the game here as the ball is picked up. And Racing very much turning the screw at the moment. It was a fortunate ricochet for Racing, and they're still able to turn the screw here with Colombati. Nice build-up for Racing, but the ball lost and then given away again. Ludueña cuts inside, may think of a shot himself. Nicely played. Oh, and the little nod forward from Ruben Paz was intended for Medina Bejo. His last quickly off the line. And again, quicker to the ball, Ortiz. And a nice little cross as well, but didn't quite find Iglesias. But it's all Racing at the moment. Here's Colombati. Good ball again, Ortiz in space on the left. And again he drills that ball over. This time it's away by Monzon. And Ramos has had to come deep to help out. And he sets off with Boccini. Gets the ball from Boccini. Oh, and a great sliding tackle there from Nestor Fabri. The referee didn't seem to like it. Well, I thought he was in just a little too quickly, really. But there didn't seem anything illegal. Referee thought otherwise. And the tempo of the game was picked up. Boccini. Rather tried to do too much on his own there. Now Colombati, he's got a man outside him, but chooses instead to find Iglesias, but Monzon read that beautifully. Now Merlini. And you see how Independiente playing little triangles and just nick the ball around between one another, and that's beautifully done, and a chance here maybe for Merlini. Good defending again, But the build-up was so cool and calculated, and Merlini getting into the space there and denied only by that late challenge from Leonardo Costas. Independiente seem to be favouring the sharp break. Racing have perhaps had more of the pressure. Over it comes, and the ball still not away. Not cleanly anyway. Marangoni's diving in there. Boccini gets too far underneath it. And a little bit of relief for Racing. But there was a moment's danger there as Marangoni went in. Boccini couldn't keep it down. Well, the Argentine international has been in the thick of things. Fabri taking the goal kick for Racing. And a fortuitous bounce there gives Iglesias the chance to run now for Racing. The man on his right here is Colombati. And Boccini trying to get away once more from Ortiz. Mastered him that time. There's a great deal of thought goes into this sort of football. Allied to skill naturally. And Colombati here drills the ball across for Medina Bejo, who is yards offside. Oh, again, nicely done. That was beautifully opened up, and a good piece of play here from Franco Navarro. Filial away from his line. Spotted the danger quickly, but again the build-up had to be admired, and Navarro causing all sorts of problems there for Nestor Fabri. And again Independiente with Boccini, tries to find Venancio Ramos. And now all of a sudden it's Independiente who are calling the tune a little. Enrique with the throw. Just inside that penalty area, and a sequence of headers, only succeeding in putting the ball into Filiol's hands. So we're midway through the first half. Still no goals, but there's been a lot of good attacking football, as we see now from Ruben Paz. Clausen certainly letting Ruben Paz know that he's there. But the corner given for Racing, it's their first. And it'll be Ludueña. And Racing have a couple of men lurking just outside the penalty area as that ball is drifted beyond the goalkeeper. Oh, and that was a little bit dodgy on Islasi's part. He went for that ball and never looked like getting it. But he got away with that somewhat. And they do play football from out of defence so beautifully, Independiente. And now Medina Bejo. Can he get past his first man? Yes, he can. Gets the ball back inside as well towards Iglesias. And again, Medina causing a few problems, was cut out by Monzon. And here now is Merlini. Good play. And good play to be admired too from Fabri. And again, it's quickening. This is Iglesias. The defenders seem to be diving a little, but the trailing leg was good enough, and here it's just flicked in the air, no good from Ludueña. Easy for Islas. That's a huge punt from Islas, chased here by Navarro. And well played by Fabri. down for the moment is Ludueña. But it was only momentary. And here's one for Iglesias to chase, and he's got good pace, but Monzon's back there. And rather unlucky for Monzon, the ball coming off him, the Mexican. Oh, cleverly done, that was beautifully played, and inside the penalty area there, Medina Bejo just couldn't accelerate. Marangoni heading on towards Venancio Ramos. Once more the whistle intervened though, and it'll be a free kick to Racing just inside the Independiente half. And really nothing to choose between these two sides. Ortiz. Nice shot there of Claudio Marangoni, who of course had a spell in English football with Sunderland. A rather ill-fated spell. Went back to Argentina to get into the national side. Oh, and that's well played by Olaran. There's tremendous awareness by these players. They all seem to know where their colleagues are, and coming forward here, Enrique. Rather a dramatic dive though, and the ball forward for Iglesias, who's way offside, so it doesn't matter that he's last fumbled it. And Boccini asking a lot of Venancio Ramos, and it was a little too much. But good perseverance from the Independiente left winger. And a very good interception by Colombati, timely. And Medina Bejo drilling a rather hopeful ball there, straight out of play. So Independiente moving once more into the Racing half with number 7 Merlini. Good on the ball, Merlini, as is this man Boccini. Can't get away from the attention of Olaran, who'd come across to do a specific marking job there. And now it's Medina Bejo. Evades one challenge from Clausen, keeps going. Medina Bejo, and it was again a rather optimistic effort from that sort of distance. But his skill on the ball has to be admired. Rios for Independiente. Marangoni rather running the ball out of play there. Still Independiente 0, Racing Club 0, and Racing up near the top of the table at the moment with San Lorenzo, Newell's Old Boys. Independiente tucked in 3 or 4 places beneath them in the table, but have made a reasonable start to the season. Colombati. Excellent play from Colombati, and keeps going as well. He won't do for long though, and he was brought down by Giusti. Oh, I don't think he needs to explain to the referee. We could all see that. But again, Keblaitis so willing to take players on. And the referee just saying, look, I'm in charge, I've made the decision. The free kick has been given. No complaints. And Medina Bejo is placing the ball, teeing it up. And then Keblaitis has to have a little touch of the ball himself. And this time Ludwania has gone into the wall himself, so it looks as though he's not going to try one. Ruben Paz is there as well. And the nice little back flick. And again, Medina Bejo getting too far underneath that ball. And the chance going begging once more. Still 0-0 then, between Independiente and Racing Club. The game probably could do with a goal, but it's been quite exhilarating at times to see some of the skills. And I'm sure there'll certainly be an explosive reaction from the crowd if we do get a goal. No matter who scores it, a local derby game, of course, this one. And both sides very well supported here, and good play to get Enrique sprinting down that side, and Keblaitis' challenge. Well, the referee looked at it, the linesman looked at it, nothing wrong, and Independiente, the ball driven in hard by Giusti. Picked up now by Boccini. Marangoni. Boccini. Well, there's a bit of fluency now about Independiente's game, and Fabri shows all his experience in the heart of the racing defence. Just to snuff that one out again. Now Ludwania. Marangoni took his time but delivered the perfect ball. And not a very good cross though from Enrique. So much movement off the ball, that's what has to be admired. Players running into good positions as Ruben Paz clips that one forward. But Ramos taking advantage, giving it to Boccini, and now the attack on once more as Merlini here is beaten to it by Fabri, who really rolls over agonised. And I don't think even a free kick's going to be given for that. It was a little bit of an awkward challenge maybe, but nothing more. The referee does say free kick now, but Olaran, well, they have the best of positions in which to take it, only got it as far as Clausen. And Fabri losing out. Well, again the whistle gone from the referee. I think Fabri was rather fortunate that time. And at the moment, the game all about possession. It hasn't to be lost, and that was a poor ball given away. Merlini picking it up and trying to get onto the end of that pass. And the racing defence so far has been excellent, with Fabri at the heart of it. Independiente 0, Racing Club 0. But the tempo of the game keeps increasing as Marangoni strides forward imperiously. And poor ball. So, Ruben Paz, Medina Bejo and Ludueni there, all combining, and the man coming up on that far side is Saporiti. Gets past Rios. And that was Iglesias going in there, and a few friendly pats on the head. Might have been the odd nip in the neck as well, for all we know. A bit of professionalism coming in, but anyway, it's a corner kick for Racing. Iglesias just discussing it with Monzon. And Ruben Paz will curl this one in, probably towards the near post. There's a lot of jostling going on there, and the punches from Islas. Saporiti, and only away from Clausen, not very far, and Islas will do well to keep that ball in play. Can't manage it, gets the bird from the crowd. He really had little hope from that. The ball away from Clausen, it was struck well by Ludueña. And so Racing have another corner again. Islas favouring the punch and not convincingly. The catch all right. Oh, dreadful throw though, straight to Costas. And Independiente rather scrambling about at the moment. As Ludueña slips his man delightfully. Oh, took one on the jaw for his troubles, and Medina Bejo. It'll be another free kick. And the yellow card shown to Giusti. Despite what Marangoni says, there's the card. But Independiente survived that one. As we approach the latter stages of the first half. Independiente 0, Racing Club 0, and it's Independiente coming forward here impressively. And another free kick given. This time it's against Costas, who really did bowl Mellini over. It's some 30 yards out as Filiol just tries to organise things in front of him. And Mellini hammers it in. Wasn't too intelligent that, but the ball did come back for Marangoni. Well played Ludueña, and he runs away from the opposition. But again the door slammed firmly in the face, and Giusti picks it up for Independiente. Marangoni loves to come forward, roaming in these positions. Finds Venancio Ramos. Good chances here as Mellini comes forward, puts in the low, rather flat cross. And Marangoni was just in front of the ball. Awkward for him. Well, the game really has ebbed and flowed. And Oloran has had some good work down this left touch line. Come to naught as yet. The ball inside from Colombati, Medina Bejo and Ruben Paz. Well, there was a nice little touch here from Colombati. Then Medina Bejo intervened. Ruben Paz did well really to get in a shot, but no power. And it's Independiente's turn to hair forward through Mellini. And falls under the challenge of Nestor Fabri. Free kick. And in a very dangerous position for Racing. And Independiente will bring men forward for this one. Marangoni goes up there. Just is inside the penalty area too. They're joined by Clausen. So, Merlini just sizing up the options, curls it in. Oh, and a glorious header! The first goal from Franco Navarro. 1-0 it is. And that's the response that he sparked. Glorious header from Navarro. He takes the acclamation of his colleagues. Beautifully placed free kick from Merlini, and the perfect response from Navarro. The finger raised in the air, and that's the score as well. 1-up, Independiente. And all of a sudden, there's one set of supporters who are chanting happily, and one who are dejected, and it's Racing's fans dejected by this header from Navarro, perfectly placed. Well, they know how to celebrate a goal in Argentina, and there's the scoreline: Independiente 1, Racing 0. 11 minutes from half-time. And that again has got the hair standing up on the back of the neck in this stadium. But Racing have shown that they're capable of posing a few problems themselves, and his last having to come off the line. But Independiente now will find renewed effort and heart as Boccini strides towards the edge of the area, and chances are for Giusti here, but the flag was up long before he got into that position. But Boccini comes forward with such purpose, and it was a good ball. As you can see, Giusti was well offside. Marangoni and Boccini. And the free kick for the foul on Fabri. So approaching the interval, Colombati now. A lot rests on his shoulders. He's the mainspring of the attack from midfield. Iglesias unable to control it first time. Oh, and a slip there. Could have been a bad one by Fabri. He's recovered quite well, but turning inside is Navarro, the goal scorer, trying to get away from Fabri. Surely his shirt was tugged. Mr. Lusto agrees. Free kick for Independiente. And in another dangerous position, but good persistence from Navarro. He's on a high, of course, having just scored. And it took everything that Fabri knew to stop him. Well, Merlini has just created one goal with a fine cross. Now maybe he's sensing it's a good time to get a second. Could try a shot himself. He might try and curl it around that wall. Just came off the head, I think, of his own man, actually, Navarro. It looks as though those could be Racing supporters there. They don't appear too happy at the moment. Their team a goal behind. The Independiente singing has increased, and they are definitely the fans of Independiente. Clausen now. Really allowed to run by Ruben Paz there, and this could prove fatal. Well, he got the shot in all right. It was a little tepid. Clausen was allowed to go a long way then. Rios getting underneath the header. So the singing and the dancing on the terracing is the prerogative of the Independiente supporters at the moment, thanks to that goal from Franco Navarro, and it's Independiente now in possession. And nicely played, good ball again to Giusti. Good battling by Fabri. And looking for the free kick for the challenge on Medina Bejo. It didn't come, but Ludueña sprinting forward there. He's onside, clipping the ball into the path of Bejo. And, not a very good clearance this time from Clausen. And I suspect Independiente will be very happy to hear the half-time whistle now if they can retain this one-goal advantage. Marangoni strides away, checks, finds Ramos. He's just switched wings for the moment. That might have confused the racing defence, and tries to get onto the pass as well. And Ramos showing good attacking instincts. And it took all the racing manpower to stop him then. Oloran, he's had a good first half, finding Saporiti raiding down the right. Ludueña. Well, Racing are running out of time if they're hoping to get an equaliser before the break. One-nil it is to Independiente as Saporiti, longish throw towards that penalty area, gets another chance to cross it, doesn't take it immediately, does now. Away by Marlini. Well, that was very calm once more. And that's not bad either from Navarro. His goal really has lifted him. A few olays going up in the crowd as Independiente string the passes together. Boccini finding Ramos. Now it's the opposite number 11, Ruben Paz, who asks Iglesias to chase, but he's set off from an offside position. Giusti. Independiente content just to slow things down now as we approach that half-time whistle. Fabri. And Marangoni proving too strong for Medina Bejo. Well, it's been an interesting first half, just the one chance taken, but both teams obviously quite capable of scoring goals. Not this time for Boccini, perhaps. Well, they're not afraid of the old shoulder charge. And the throw goes to Independiente. for whom Boccini there has been the architect-in-chief. Clausen's cross. And again the whistle going, but still not for the half-time interval. And again it goes. But there's been a good even pace about this game. And I don't think anybody, if the scoreline remains the same at half-time, would predict which way it's going to go. As the free kick is awarded to Racing. Rios can't believe it. Explaining to all his colleagues exactly what he thought he'd done. Fairly, of course. Unfairly in the eyes of the referee. Colombati is the man in charge of free kicks and rolls it for Ruben Paz. Comes out again. Ortiz blasted against the defender, picked up by Costas. Oh, that's very well played by Clausen, getting away, well, initially from Costas. They'll have to bring him down. Well, there's no option in the end for Costas. At Independiente surviving a slight scare there, and now Boccini. And lifted forward, but no problems for Filiol this time. And that's just going to run away from Venancio Ramos. The referee has already consulted with his linesman. Well, it's been a half rich in entertainment, if only for the one goal. Oloran. This time he plays a rather aimless ball into that space in front of Medina Bejo. Picked up by Fabri. Saporiti now. Oh, lovely turn by Ruben Paz. Hacked down for his pains. The referee has been as busy as anyone in this first half, but he's kept a pretty firm hand on things. There's Ludueña. And now Colombati. Just trying to get Racing back into this game. Lovely ball inside for Iglesias, who's checked and aside the penalty area. But there were three defenders around him the moment he took control of that pass from Colombati. Lovely ball it was too, threading it through the eye of the needle there to Iglesias. And just look at that, three defenders across, no foul. And certainly a bit of injury time being played on here by referee Lusto as Boccini comes in field. Finds Marangoni, could try a shot, good ball as well, and chances here for Navarro. And Filiol showing all his vast experience there in coming off the line. Marangoni, lovely ball it was too, and just onside Navarro, but Filiol equal to it. But again it's Independiente, not content merely to sit on that one goal advantage, and the ball through again. Filiol has to be quick. This time there was an offside. Well, not for the first time in the half. Ruben Paz going down under a challenge, getting a free kick as the whistle goes for half-time here in Buenos Aires with the scoreline Independiente 1, Racing Club 0. The goal by Franco Navarro separates the sides as they go off for half-time. Mellini. Nicely played and rolls the ball inside for Costas, but this time the free kick goes to Independiente. Boccini tries a little flick back, which came off at the second attempt. Played that one quicker to Mellini. But the break is on for Iglesias. Two men in front of him. Tries to get Medina Beju through. He back on the pitch, by the way, now. And Costas. Ooh, and that was not the wisest of clearances. It's given Racing the chance with Medina Beju to come back. Well, there's nothing wrong with him now. That was the ankle he's just had treatment on. And Medina Beju and Iglesias are causing a lot of problems now for the Independiente defence. It was the ball through there from Costas, which gave the shooting opportunity to Iglesias. And again he slaps off the line and juggles with it before taking it cleanly. And Marangoni just drawn out of defence. Colombati. Not this time. So the scoreline here in Buenos Aires is still Independiente 1, Racing Club 0, and it's Independiente steaming forward at the moment with Venancio Ramos. Here he is again. The back heel is for Boccini. And again, every player out there urged to really think about his game. There's not too many careless passes accepted by the coaches in Argentina. And there have been a few mistakes in this game. Now Boccini. Good ball through again, looking for Mellini. Racing defence equal to that one. And that's nicely taken, but it just fell away from Medina Beju. Mellini really caught one that time, as the referee's arm is raised. Rios forward to Giusti. Marangoni suddenly comes forward. Oh, plays a lovely ball into the path of Navarro. Well, that certainly would have been spectacular, but the back heel in the end, inaccurate. And in any case, the whistle had gone. It's been a second half littered with free kicks. And poor control let down Ruben Paz then. Still, it's the Independiente fans who are singing the louder. Navarro's goal has given them the advantage. Colombati. There's plenty of time now to think just how to set things in motion. Oh dear. And Medina Beju, well, he did hobble a little bit there, but maybe that was a psychological ploy on his part, having failed to control the pass. Well, it looked as though Ramos had been rugby tackled to the ground, but the free kick wasn't given. So Olaran for Racing here. Again, those are probably the Racing Club fans, rather quietened at the moment. Racing are higher in the league table at the moment than Independiente. But the gap will certainly be narrowed if the points go to Independiente here, as they lead 1-0. Fabri. And perhaps the referee could have played an advantage there, but in any case the free kick is taken quickly. Colombati. Well, Saporiti's concentration just letting him down for a moment, but this time it's Colombati who puts the ball out. I didn't think that ball was ever in play, but in any event, the referee gives the throw to Racing. Down the line, Saporiti. Acrobatics from Enrique. And Racing Club desperate to get back into this game. They've trailed since the 34th minute. That blinding header from Franco Navarro. Now that's a good one here for Venancio Ramos to chase. Can't control it though, and the game has just gone through a slightly fallow period, with neither side able to exert any pressure on the other. So it's still Independiente 1, Racing Club 0 here in Buenos Aires. And Independiente much the happier of the two sides with the way things have gone. Racing still without question capable of getting back into this game as they come forward with Medina Bejo. And Colombati, I think, thought of the spectacular, left it in the end, and a good drive by Ludueña, kept out by Islas. That the best effort of the second half, and coming from Racing. And nicely played by Boccini, and getting Merlini sprinting down the right, and he's asking Navarro to do a lot of running here. And now it's Filiol's turn to have to be brave. He came off the line in the nick of time there to deny Navarro what might well have been his second goal. Navarro, across goal, and now it's away. But both Filiol and Islas having to show their agility there. Independiente coming again. And the referee's whistle, again signifying the free kick for Independiente. And again it's Merlini down. Well, there, the lovely ball through for Navarro, and that was very brave goalkeeping by Filiol. And play will continue, despite the fact that Merlini lies on the ground, clutching his ankle. Oh, and that ball eluding for the first time this afternoon. Monzon, and a ferocious shot coming in from Colombati. Not a long way off the mark, and it's been a hectic couple of minutes. The ball played forward and laid back to Colombati by Iglesias, and he really met this one. Good try. There was certainly nothing that Islas would have been able to do about that one. Well, that was delicate from Enrique. Oh, and they do play the ball around so well. And again, Marangoni. Excellent play, Boccini. Oh, and the tempo lifted. Really good football here from Independiente as Merlini comes forward. He's got a man in front of him. He's brought down just outside the penalty area by Monzon. But that was a glorious move involving half a dozen players by Independiente. And midway through the half, Catalan is going to be brought on by Racing Club. They'll have to face up to a free kick now, 5 yards outside their own penalty area. And I think they're wanting to bring Ortiz off. So number 15, Catalan, replacing the midfield man Ortiz. And coach Basile recognising he's got to change the format a little maybe. So Filial has his wall organised. Merlini might crack one in here, straight into that wall. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what the substitution of Catalan for Ortiz produces for Racing. They've played some very nice football without having the punch at the end of it. Their best effort's the one from Colombati a few moments ago. And the first half effort from Ruben Paz, which lacked any sting really. So Independiente very much in control of their own destiny here. A goal to the good and on the attack with Marangoni. Oh, beautifully lifted through. That was a wonderful ball from Marangoni. And again, Filial having to show his class. Marangoni there, just that was like a little golfing chip shot. He just flicks the ball over the top. Beautifully done. But Giusti denied again by Filial. Now Colombati. Good play by him too. Free kick given. And Colombati not at all amused by that challenge from Navarro. And Boccini losing it, but the whistle had already gone. And a real song and a war dance almost going on in the background there amongst the Independiente supporters, who'll be celebrating long into the night if their team brings this one off. Boccini. Little rolled pass, and inside the penalty area again there, Merlini. Was Clausen over, and over in the nick of time. Well, Racing are desperate for a goal at the moment. Marangoni's quite happy to put that ball way into the crowd. Cleared the moat by quite a few yards then. The scoreline here in Buenos Aires remains Independiente 1, Racing Club 0. And that perhaps just a little bit of a surprise, the way the season has been going. And here's Navarro, the goal scorer. He's strong on the ball. He fights away Fabri, and Venancio Ramos claiming that he was struck, I believe, in the mouth as he tried to get onto that pass from Navarro. The referee saw nothing wrong, and I think it was merely a collision with the elbow, perhaps, of Saporiti. Ruben Paz. And still Ruben Paz involved in that mood, and he's there again inside the penalty area, lifting it over the crossbar. Ruben Paz showing his dangers and his skills. And he was involved 3 times really here. The ball from Ludueña there, he clipped it forward and he got inside on the end of that ricochet, Ruben Paz, and couldn't keep the shot down. But he's as likely as anyone, one feels, to get a goal for Racing. Nicely cut out on Boccini. Strong on the ball. Fires the ball too far ahead this time of Giusti. And it's noticeable that Ludueña has dropped back since Catalan came on into more of a midfield role in the centre. Here he is now, bobbing up on the left, and here is the substitute. And Catalan's won the corner. Won it off Clausen. And well, the referee says not. Ran that ball out. Well, I think a lot of the supporters, certainly the Racing ones, felt a corner should have been given then. And we're approaching the closing stages of the game with Independiente holding a 1-goal advantage. The only goal of the game so far, a fierce header from Franco Navarro in the 34th minute. Racing have contributed to an enjoyable game, and the result is by no means a foregone conclusion. Rios finding Medina Bijou, who seems to have struggled a little bit since he got a knock in the early stages of this second half. Colombati now. Refinding Medina Bijou. Really does need to get this ball across. It's a bit flat, but still inside the area. Ruben Paz unlucky there just to run the ball dead. Running almost into the arms of the law. He knows it. It was a bit tight for him, really. No foul. And referee Lusteau has had firm control of this game. He's had to give quite a number of free kicks, but there's been nothing really vicious. Good intervention again by Nestor Fabri. And again, play on, says the referee. And it was a good decision because here come Racing just outside that penalty area, but the ball running away from Catalan, who's a somewhat awkward looking player, a little bit ungainly, the number 15 there at the bottom of your picture. There's Venancio Ramos, he's anything but ungainly. Marangoni, nice ball through for Boccini again though, it's Fabri who's there. Marangoni receiving from Clausen, striding forward, losing out that time, and now has to get back. The acrobatics from Enrique sufficient to intercept the ball, but Colombati picking it up once more, showing all his skills, rolling it for Rios, and plenty of support out on Rios's left. This is Enrique. Oh, and the ball just was falling invitingly towards the foot of Catalan. Put away for the corner, and Racing now right in this game. Here is Ruben Paz, the ball taken away from his toe end and fired in by Rios. Not a good finish. Obviously, he is a defender. Doesn't get many goals, Rios, and you saw why there. Colombati has had a good second half, and it's his little reverse pass there which instigates another attack. Well played too by Medina Bejo, trying to hold off the challenge of Rios. Oh, and a lovely flick from Venancio Ramos. Navarro. Boccini. Well, that certainly wasn't an impressive ball from Clausen. And the scoreline remains Independiente 1, Racing Club 0. And we're inside the closing quarter of the game. And Boccini would love to make that scoreline 2-0. Held off that time, though, by Leonardo Costas. And a foul by Catalan on Clausen. Must have been seen by absolutely everybody here in Buenos Aires. Ramos. Loses this time, though, and wasn't a good position for him to lose that ball in, as Ruben Paz takes play to halfway inside the Independiente half. Colombati. Again Colombati. Maybe looking for Ruben Paz, and he's found him. Impressive build-up this time. It's a little bit slow maybe, but the cross is a deep one. Oh, and it's eluded the defender, and the ball rolled back for Colombati. Total miskick. Ruben Paz fires it in, and his last is there again. And when the ball was missed there by Merlini, he put his side in jeopardy. Ruben Paz got in the strike. His last made the save. And Ruben Paz again picking it up, and this is better. And Racing suddenly stringing the passes together. They have to be careful, because on the break they could well be caught here by Independiente. Ramos has switched wings again. Drifts in field. And the ball through for Merlini. It won't count. Don't get excited, it won't count. It was nicely tucked away by Merlini, who was yards offside. Oh, a good intervention this time, though. Was overly ambitious on behalf of Boccini. Independiente, a goal to the good then. And on the ball, Giusti. The scorer, Navarro. Poor ball from him. And that's given Racing the opportunity to come out in numbers. Independiente will have to funnel back quickly now. Colombati, lovely pass from him to Ruben Paz, just eluded Enrique. Well, Enrique, quite a battler. Showed all his strength there in getting to the ball, but that's nicely done. And Ruben Paz comes inside the penalty area, checked, but no penalty given. And Ruben Paz can hardly believe it. Well, he wears a rueful smile, I would suggest. He was checked, really. He came inside there. There was the challenge from Rios. And it took two men to stop him inside that penalty area, but the referee didn't think that it was worth an award. Reynoso is the man who wants to get on for Independiente. But it's still Racing coming forward, desperate for a goal. Colombati, so impressive in passing the ball. Now Ludueña. Medina Bejo. And it's been all Racing these last few moments. Shadowed by Rios, almost gave it away though. Oh, and a miss kick inside the penalty area by Iglesias. And again Fabri, so sharp, getting that ball forward to Saporiti. And it's another good build-up here from Racing. Ruben Paz. He deserves a goal. He's worked so hard in this second half in particular. No award for him again. Or is there? Yes, there is this time. Just kept in play by Medina Bejo, who lifts it across there. That was Colombati going in, away by Marlini. Ruben Paz. And they really have stepped up a gear now of Racing, as the ball is threaded through by Olaran. Oh, superb strike by Ruben Paz. And how he deserves it. Well, that really has sent the fans wild. Racing a level. Lovely ball from Olaran inside the fullback. Ruben Paz strikes like a cobra. And no wonder he urges the crowd to lift his team now. They're back in the game. And the goal coming at a perfect time. Beautiful pass from Olaran. It was delightfully weighted. The strike was terrific. And we have a scoreline now of Independiente 1, Racing 1. And what a final 11 minutes we've got as Reynoso comes on for Mellini. And what a time for him to come on as well. Well, it's going to be white hot in this stadium now. And this will test the Independiente nerve. And more ooze going up as Independiente have a corner. The ball was taken away from the head of Navarro. But Racing are right back in it as the header comes in from Independiente's Monzon. And these are ferocious moments for Racing as well. Monzon diving bravely into the thick of things. And it's the turn of the Racing fans to sing. The team had been behind from the 34th minute, but now they're coming forward here with Medina Bejo into the side netting from Catalan. Medina Bejo getting on the inside of Rios. And it's the blue and white flag that's been hoisted. Under 10 minutes to go. Independiente 1, Racing Club 1. Well, Racing have certainly salvaged something for the moment, but now they'll be looking for a winner. As Olaran, who created the goal, came charging forward, he gave away a free kick. That goal really just reward for the amount of pressure exerted by Racing over the last few minutes. And here they come again. Well, they're keen and eager now. And Catalan barged off the ball by Monzon. The referee said okay, nothing wrong with it. I think he was right too. Good shoulder charge. But Ruben Paz, the scorer, he's the hero of the moment, and he's picked up that ball. Not this time for him. Clausen bringing it away. Independiente survived that little scare. And it's becoming fast and furious now. The substitute, Reynoso. Oh, took on Olaran that time. Well, it's going to be a tense last few minutes. Boccini, good ball through. Onside, is he? Ew, the ball coming away off the striker, Venancio Ramos. Filial had come off his line quickly. And another scare averted. But, the whistle had gone for offside. Racing hoping to bring on another substitute, Rabonal. The header from Enrique, falling rather kindly for Colombati. Boccini beaten to it this time, but Marangoni, who's done a good job as the captain of Independiente, getting his team ticking again. Clausen now. Boccini, and lovely play, found Navarro, but Navarro, not for the first time this afternoon, caught offside. Filial wants his team to calm down, and Boccini saw the opportunity there, but Navarro had gone just a yard past the defender. Ruben Paz, the goal scorer, can't get it through this time. Still Rabonal runs up and down that touchline, and Ruben Paz goes in where it hurts with Marangoni. Well, I've no doubt he'll stay down for a moment or two here. And it looked as though Marangoni may well have been shown the yellow card there by the referee. Yes, he was. It was a booking for Marangoni, but I don't think that's going to trouble him at this stage. Far more important is the need to defend against this free kick. Now, we've already seen Ruben Paz curl one just past an upright. This time he can't get it past the wall. Independiente 1, Racing Club 1. And the applause is for the second substitution made by Racing, and it's Colombati, who's been a highly influential figure coming off. Little peck on the cheek from him for the substitute, Rabonal. But Rios hacks it away. Back it comes. So a nervy few moments for the substitute, Rabonal. It's difficult for anybody to impose himself in such a short time. But at least his team is on the attack. And Coach Basile, no doubt hoping that, who knows, maybe they can even sneak a win here, Racing, having been behind for so much of the game. Away this time, but in very quickly was Leonardo Costas, well played by Rios. Well, it's now that both sides will be preoccupied with not making a mistake. But one was made there by Rios, and here's a chance maybe for Iglesias. He's got the angle, oh, right across the face of goal from Iglesias. Well, he couldn't have done much better than that. It was a slip by Rios there, failing to control it. Iglesias took it on, chased by Monzon, right across the face of goal and just eluding Catalan. Well, perhaps a winner for Racing would have been unjust to Independiente. who were marginally the better side in the first half. Neither side content to settle for a point. And again, Iglesias evolved. But, it's going to be brought away by Clausen. And the substitute Reynoso falling there under a not particularly stern challenge. Giusti. Giusti's one of his quieter games, the Argentine international. And here's another substitute, Catalan. Been on for Ortiz now for the last 15 minutes. There's been a really good pace and purpose about this match. Both sides favouring the slow at times build-up, but then they break so sharply. And maybe both sections in the crowd are now happy to settle for a point, although Independiente will have ambitions here. The ball is rolled out to Venancio Ramos. Oh, a lovely attempt, really. It was a good clip from Ramos. Maybe his teammates will think he should have cut that one back, but you could see what was in his mind. As the ball is laid over for him here by Giusti. There's no offside despite the appeals, and he could really have caught Filial out. But he didn't, and it's still 1-1. Iglesias, nice header on for Catalan. Chased by Monzon, who mustn't bring him down. He's got to be so careful there. Well, if Catalan had gone down there, it might have been interesting. Ludueña. And that must surely be a free kick against Navarro. Referee Lusto has had a pretty good game here in controlling this one. Ruben Paz, the outside of the boot, not a good clearance. That's Medina Bejo, unable to capitalise, but he does get back quickly. Now, is there even yet a sting in the tail of this match? Boccini, well read by the impressive Fabri. A word of warning, I think, to Navarro there. Long, rather hopeful ball from Ruben Paz, easily dealt with by Monzon. It's beginning to look as though both sides will have to settle for the 1 point. Still urgency in the attitude of Navarro, who gets it back from Marangoni. Boccini. Still, what a good player Boccini is. Very little time available now for these two teams to snatch the victory, and I think it would probably be rather unjust if one of them did. Maybe an old cliche, but a draw really would be a fair result. Free kick given. Leonardo Costas out to that far side, where Clausen should win the challenge with Catalan. He's a good player, Clausen. Has good speed, but as soon as I say that, of course, he makes a real hash of the pass. And the ball through the middle. Iglesias onside and a real chance. Oh no, he's off. No, it won't count. There was a late flag there. Iglesias certainly didn't see it. I must say I didn't see it initially. But it was a lovely ball through. He just broke a fraction too soon. And no doubt about it, Coach Basile does not agree with either the referee or the linesman. As it's been said so many times, look in the paper tomorrow. Offside given. But Racing, having been a goal down until 11 minutes from time, probably thought that they'd snatched it there, but that indeed is the final whistle, and I think a draw is about right. Independiente taking the lead in the first half through their central striker Franco Navarro. The equaliser coming 11 minutes from time from Ruben Paz. The final score here in Buenos Aires: Independiente 1, Racing Club 1.
Canal Historial CAI, videos inéditos en YouTube, partidos completos de Independiente, recorridos por los campeonatos con imágenes de todos los equipos, compilado de goles y otros videos de la historia del Rey de Copas.